Our toilet is leaking again. In fact, we'll look right here. I'll show you. You see how the water is pooling up down around the floor right there? That's a really good indication that actually the valve, the flush valve, is beginning to fail. In fact, I've got one right here we're going to put in there. As this goes in this way, or probably like this. There are a couple things about these valves. One is that there are a couple O-rings in there that can wear out over time. And as we use municipal water, it has chlorine in it that eats up these little seals as well. Also, there's a spring in there that gets depressed when you flush, and that lets the water go through. And over time, the spring is going to get weaker. Now, I replaced this valve 2 years ago, but again, we're just starting to get a leak, so time to replace it again. What a fun job this is going to be. So this valve, and again, I'll put a camera so we can see a little better, seats right in there. And of course, the first thing we're going to want to do is turn the water off to make sure we don't get any leaks in here. And then we'll loosen the screw and we'll take that valve out. Our Airstream has this shutoff valve right here behind the toilet. And so I just need to turn it. It is a little bit of a difficult turn, but turn it and that'll stop the water flow to the toilet. You may need to shut the water off in the outside spigot if you don't have a shutoff valve at the toilet. When our water's shut off, I put a paper towel under here to catch any errant water. I'm going to loosen up this nut here. A little bit of water. And then I have these two. I have a screw here and there's a screw up here right there to take out. So this is a 1/4 inch hex screw. So I'll use this little wrench fitting. The second one. Valves out. You can see this one had a red seal right there, and then our black seal there. But we're going to take our hose clamp off, and then from there we can just replace the valve. Easy peasy. And our new valve right here. Now these have these little clips. That's where I had to push that down to that slot with a screwdriver to get this loose. So simply reverse the process though. This is going to slide right onto here. And we'll tighten that hose clamp. Make sure to be aimed kind of the right way. Sure, right there. Just like that. Starting to get everything ready to go back together. Right there. Tighten these up for sure. Work on getting our screws put back in. Always a lot of fun to hug a toilet. Now it's time to turn our water back on. And check our flush. After replacing this valve, one thing I notice is that it operates now with authority. So you can actually hear the difference when the valve closes, when you're done flushing and you release, and it hits really hard. Now, it was different. The other thing that was going on with the old valve, so this is a clue when this is starting to fail, it got really difficult to do that feather touch. You know, when you push down the pedal just a little bit to bring water into the bowl, the seal at the bottom was opening up. In order to push enough to get water in, the seal was opening up. Now that tells me that the seals in that valve we just replaced were beginning to fail, likely due to the chlorine in the water. Any of those black rubber seals will fail over time with chlorine. So about every 2 years, a simple do-it-yourself project that you can do. I'll put links to all of this in the video description below and a QR code that'll link to all of our maintenance products that we use here to maintain our Airstream. I'm Jim for Airstreamer, and we'll see you down the road.